Beneath the glittering lights of the Las Vegas Strip lies a silent danger most visitors never consider. The city, known worldwide for its neon skyline, high-rise casinos, and desert allure, is built in one of the most seismically complex regions of the American West. While California's San Andreas Fault tends to dominate headlines, another, less famous fault zone lurks closer to Nevada's largest city, the Stateline Fault. Stretching for hundreds of kilometers along the Nevada-California border, this fault is part of a growing tectonic system known as the Walker Lane Belt, which is quietly stealing motion away from the San Andreas. Scientists now believe it could one day rival California's infamous fault line as the primary boundary between the Pacific and North American plates. The Stateline Fault has remained quiet in modern times, but geological evidence shows it has unleashed powerful earthquakes over magnitude 7 long before Las Vegas was even built. The fault's silence signals building stress, and when it ruptures, Las Vegas's soft sediments could amplify the shaking into catastrophe. The city that never sleeps may find itself plunged into chaos in a matter of minutes, and this looming threat raises the chilling question: is the Stateline Fault preparing to awaken? Let's find out. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. The Stateline Fault is a sprawling strike-slip fault system stretching for nearly 250 kilometers along the Nevada-California border. It moves horizontally, grinding mountains, valleys, and basins against one another in slow but relentless tectonic motion. Far from being a single crack in the ground, the Stateline Fault is a complex zone of parallel and branching strands that collectively accommodate tectonic strain, each capable of transferring stress and rupturing in destructive ways. This fault is part of the Walker Lane Belt, a vast tectonic corridor that carries about 20 to 25% of the movement between the Pacific Plate and North American Plate. The San Andreas Fault still bears the bulk of this motion, but many geologists now see the Walker Lane and the Stateline Fault within it as a rising contender, potentially evolving into the West's future plate boundary. While strike-slip systems cannot generate the magnitude 9 megaquakes of subduction zones, they are fully capable of unleashing magnitude 7.5 or greater earthquakes. A multi-strand rupture on the Stateline Fault could release energy on par with hundreds of nuclear bombs, sending seismic waves straight into the Las Vegas Valley. There, the danger multiplies. The city rests on sands, silts, and gravels washed down from the surrounding mountains over tens of thousands of years. These loose layers behave like a trap for seismic waves, slowing them down, stretching their duration, and amplifying their intensity. In effect, the ground beneath Las Vegas can turn moderate tremors into violent, resonant shaking. Even a rupture dozens of miles away could be transformed into a catastrophe once those waves reach the valley floor. Nevada's seismic history is far less documented than California's, largely because the Mojave Desert was sparsely inhabited for centuries. Instead of written accounts, scientists rely on geology, fault scarps, offset landforms, and trench studies to reconstruct the past. Along parts of the Stateline Fault, scarps several meters high cut across young alluvial deposits, clear signs of ancient earthquakes exceeding magnitude 7. Radiocarbon dating of soils disturbed by these ruptures suggests powerful quakes recur over thousands of years, though the exact timing remains uncertain. The Walker Lane Belt as a whole is seismically active. The 1872 Owens Valley earthquake, estimated at magnitude 7.6 to 7.8, struck just west of the Stateline system, killing 27 people despite the sparse population at that time. That event remains one of the largest earthquakes in the continental United States, and it revealed the immense seismic power this region can unleash. Closer to Las Vegas, historical shaking has been felt from earthquakes on distant faults. For example, the 1992 Landers earthquake of magnitude 7.3 and the 1999 Hector Mine earthquake of magnitude 7.1 in California were strongly felt in southern Nevada. More recently, the 2019 Ridgecrest earthquakes, two powerful events of magnitude 6.4 and 7.1, rattled Las Vegas with visible shaking in high-rise casinos. These events highlight a critical fact: the Mojave Desert is seismically alive, and the Stateline Fault remains one of its quiet but dangerous players. Although the Stateline Fault itself has not ruptured in recorded history, the broader Walker Lane region in which it lies has shown unmistakable signs of activity in recent years. In August 2024, 2 earthquakes struck near Walker Lake, Nevada, one reaching magnitude 4.3, while in December 2024, a stronger magnitude 5.8 earthquake shook Lyon County between Yerington and Silver Springs. Then, through 2025, additional clusters of small to moderate quakes rippled across western Nevada. Each of these episodes underscores the fact that the Walker Lane, and by extension, the Stateline Fault, is far from dormant. Geodetic studies using GPS further confirm this picture of ongoing strain. Stations near the Stateline Fault show the crust steadily shifting millimeters each year, a seemingly minor pace that, over decades, builds into the stress needed to unleash a major earthquake. The 2019 Ridgecrest earthquakes provided a chilling precedent. 2 powerful ruptures tore across the faults, reminding scientists how easily stress can cascade through interconnected systems. The Stateline Fault, longer and more continuous, could rupture in a similar fashion, linking with faults in Death Valley or transmitting stress toward the Eastern California shear zone. The U.S. Geological Survey highlights this danger, rating the Stateline Fault as capable of generating earthquakes above magnitude 7. For Las Vegas, even though the rupture would strike outside the city, its amplified shaking would make the Stateline Fault one of the valley's most serious seismic threats. If the Stateline Fault ruptured in a magnitude 7.5 earthquake today, the outcome for Las Vegas would be catastrophic. With more than 2.3 million residents and millions of tourists at any given moment, the city is acutely exposed. The soft sediments beneath the valley would amplify seismic waves, transforming strong shaking into violent, drawn-out motion. While the Strip's high-rises include some seismic safeguards, most were not built to California's rigorous earthquake standards, leaving them vulnerable to partial collapses, falling facades, and widespread interior damage. Critical infrastructure would fare no better. Highways connecting Las Vegas to surrounding states could be cut by ruptures or landslides. Power lines and gas pipelines crossing the desert would be severed, and water supplies, already strained in the arid basin, could be disrupted by damage to reservoirs and pumping systems. The human toll could reach into the thousands, as building collapses, fires, and accidents overwhelm hospitals and emergency services. Airports could be crippled, leaving tourists stranded, while residents crowd damaged neighborhoods in need of shelter. Economically, the blow would ripple across the nation. Las Vegas, a global hub for entertainment and conventions, could be shut down for months or years. A Stateline rupture would not be a magnitude 9 megaquake, but for southern Nevada, it would be a true mega disaster. Scientists and emergency planners are paying closer attention to the Stateline Fault and the larger Walker Lane system, aware of the risks it poses. The USGS and partner universities have expanded seismic networks across Nevada and California to monitor small quakes and stress buildup. GPS stations now track subtle crustal shifts, while LiDAR surveys reveal faint scars from past ruptures, offering clues to the fault's history. Las Vegas has also joined the Shake Alert Earthquake Early Warning System. In the best case, residents and businesses could gain precious seconds of warning before strong shaking arrives, just enough time to take cover or halt critical operations. Local authorities are preparing, but challenges remain. Clark County runs awareness campaigns, yet earthquakes are often overshadowed by drought and heat. Building codes have improved, but much of Las Vegas was built before modern seismic standards, and retrofitting older structures remains an immense task. Ongoing research continues to refine risk estimates. Paleoseismic trenching and advanced wave propagation models highlight how severely the valley could shake. Yet, despite better monitoring, no one can predict when the Stateline Fault will rupture. For now, it remains a silent threat. The Stateline Fault is a clear warning that beneath Las Vegas's glittering skyline lies a restless landscape. While the city flourishes as a global hub of entertainment, its foundations are far less secure than they appear. Many geologists now believe the Walker Lane is evolving into the future boundary between the Pacific and North American plates. If so, this fault's significance will only grow. For Las Vegas, however, the danger is already immediate. A rupture of magnitude 7 or greater could strike within our lifetimes, delivering destruction unlike anything the city has ever endured. The only real defense lies in preparedness. Stronger infrastructure, retrofitted buildings, expanded warning systems, and public education. The earthquake may not come tomorrow, but it will come eventually. And when it does, Las Vegas will learn that its greatest gamble lies not above the tables, but beneath the ground itself.